Yeah. What's up with it, man? Y'all got it, man. What's up with it?
Charleston White in the goddamn building. What it is, brother?
Oh, man, taking it easy.
Hey, man, we gonna kick it off just how we kick it off, man. You came in here and had to give us a little education, man.
Yeah.
Hold up before we even get started, you know.
If we gonna be real,
we're gonna be real.
Yeah.
Because we appreciate everything you've done for us, and when you came down and sat down with us, and we never want to disrespect or put a damper on anything you're doing in the narrative you're trying to push in the platform you're trying to build for yourself. So, you know, we just had a little talk, a little education. So get right. You know what I'm saying?
Let me just say this, homie. You guys hold a lot of power in shaping young, impressionable minds, right? As well as shaping grown folks' minds. So you have an effect on the spiritual aspect of our world, right? So what I'm learning, I'm just getting into this shit, homie. So I'm climbing, and so I'm learning, and I'm seeing who's elevating and what's working, and why others are stagnated, right? So we either chasing the light or we chasing the money. We're not really looking for the good stories. In the stories is where you see God's glory.
There you go.
Right? So so out of our storytelling, homie, we taking the element out of God out of it because we want to spin a narrative. It's the power of the story that gives the viewers the hope, the inspiration, the encouragement, because they're hearing something that touches their soul, which is their mind, their will, and their emotions. Yeah. Right? So we give them bits and pieces, and it destroys the story as well as the person telling the story, because they don't get the full story.
That's real.
Part of the truth is a lie. Part of the truth is a lie, homie.
Facts.
So we need to hold truth. And so I left here in good spirit. I left here feeling I made a great connection with some young men. I left feeling like, man, these guys asked wonderful questions. They kept me out of character. They put a kid on the platform with me. Now this kid is doing hundreds of thousands.
Shout out, shout out Highway Yella.
Yeah.
Shout out young Highway.
Yeah, and so I thought that man, I had built something with you guys, and so man. So my spirit was hurt. No. Not my feelings, because I said, man, that we had too much positive stuff to come out of there for that narrative. They're too professional to clickbait.
There you go.
They got 4 guys sitting behind a camera that can't be seen in unison, right?
There you go.
And they don't need clickbait, homie. They need to keep being professional.
And I respect it for the simple fact that, you like, I ain't gonna damn tell anybody we're gonna come in. I'm gonna talk right to the head. Out the horse's mouth, you're gonna get it. So that's a blessing. Now I want to start off by just asking you as far as getting a whole story. And before I even go into that, you just left from something very positive.
The city council meeting, man. Yeah. Advocating on behalf of a good cop. When a bad cop does something, man, we'll fill up the arenas to say, give us his head. We'll make songs about black police officers showing out for the white cops. And so when you meet a good black police officer, one by the name of Officer Charles Rogers, who worked inside of Fort Worth Independent School District as a gang intervention and prevention officer, been in gang unit for over 16 years.
Dangerous job.
Yeah. So he been in gang unit for over 16 years. So he went from enforcement to now in the schools doing gang intervention and prevention. And so when that officer is punished for doing good, and every day we see our law enforcement agencies go tooth and nails to the doors of hell to protect bad cops. So if they protect bad cops and punish good cops, how do we know that there's not all bad cops? Because we believe there's all bad cops, right?
Right.
So if the good cops get punished for being good, it deters other good cops for wanting to be good.
That's facts.
So me and some other people who typically don't I normally back the blue, homie. I normally support the police. I never want to push the narrative that we don't need the police or that we can police our own. If we could police our own, we would do it without them right now, without them giving us the money to do it because of the conditions of our community. So
So what do you say to they always say that gangs were started initially to police the community. You don't think?
No. Well, listen, if I went to California, I met some of the originals, right? I've met King Baba Louie, who was with Raymond Washington. So I met OG Skull, I met Cappuccino, I met Burr. So none of these guys say that they started this to protect the neighborhood, right? I met Big Syke, Raymond Washington's best friend. Think about this. They were children.
Right.
They were children. What children think about protecting the neighborhood? Most of us are delinquent. They were a delinquent young man who formed a group of kids who became bullies to everybody. Hey, are you a Crip? No, man. You can't play basketball over here. This is our park. So if you listen to the story, they wasn't protecting nothing. Never throughout the history can you show any nigga went to jail protecting the neighborhood.
So what are these narratives come from? Do you think?
That's a man's justification for his wrong. That's a man's. See, when I do wrong, I got to tell myself something so I don't feel horrible. Especially if I got a conscience.
Yeah.
I got to create something to tell myself where I don't feel so bad, because shame will eat you up when you do wrong and you know you done wrong.
Yeah. So do you think lack of accountability is really, really hurting the black community?
Man, lack of accountability and the lack of responsibilities.
Yeah.
You can't be responsible if you can't be self-accountable.
That's true.
So I looked at all of our government officials' eyes tonight as I was advocating for this cop, and everybody is aware of what's going on. Man, what do you tell a kid? How do you spot a good person or a bad person? How do you know who's a good person and a bad person?
That's true.
It's simple. Do you feel bad when you do something wrong?
So let me ask you, do you feel if the cops are the good guys, the drug dealers are the bad guys, do you think all drug dealers are bad?
Well, the drug dealers aren't the bad guys, and the cops aren't the good guys.
Right. So like you said, what do you feel when you're doing things in this world?
You have to look at the individual drug dealer. Everybody who sells drugs is not a bad guy. It's a dude who sells drugs, homie, and all the money he get, he take it and go give it to his family. But why he selling drugs? His mama was a drug addict, and he was the oldest. He was the oldest, and he saw his mama prostituting, walked in on her having sex, tricking. He didn't want to do it no more, so he learned how to do it as a kid. Nobody taught him that this was wrong. He was born into this environment. I'm born into this environment. When I look around, they do it over there. They do it over there. And nobody says this is wrong until the police come in and take these people away. This is right in this world. This is right in this world. As long as I stay in this world, this is right. But if you come take me out of this world and bring, this is wrong. When I go back home, they say this is right. Here you go. So who gets to say I'm wrong for selling drugs?
That's facts.
When they don't know the conditions I'm in.
It's true. Now, I got to touch on it because a lot of people give you a lot of flack for, they don't know your history as far as, like you say, you just left being an advocate for this cop. You got the shirt on.
Yeah.
They want to see me dead.
Yeah, and it's actually a brand, man, a black brand out of Arlington that was in response to Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin. So there's a lot of writing on the back as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
boom.
You see what I'm saying? So
lift your hoodie up just a little bit. Okay, we got it. They're going to pause it right there. They're going to pause it right there.
So, he got a website. I just looked on his Facebook page. He's been sharing a picture.
We're going to link it.
Very quality, but he's out of Mansfield, a married brother, man. And so, man, I just take black people clothes and wear it.
Yeah.
That's all, man. All over the country, they don't have to. Don't charge for it. Just send it, man. I'm wearing it.
What size you wear?
Small.
Okay, we're gonna make sure we.
Yeah, I've been lying.
We're gonna make sure we get you some.
Yeah. So you know, on different platforms, man. You know, I wear it every chance I get to uplift those at the bottom, homie. Not many celebrities reach back down and pull up, and that's the key, man. We got to go back. Harriet did.
There you go. And she went right back.
Yeah.
What do you say to those that really critique, you know, as far as you and the ones where they don't see you doing the positive work? What do you say to those?
I need them, homie, because they the ones think the character is real. I need them. See, the ones who watch from afar and critique, they matter, but they don't matter. The woman I go home to matter, homie. The kids I ignore matter. The neighbor who I don't speak to matter. The same clerk that I see every morning at the 7-Eleven that I throw my money down to, they matter. Because we cross paths. The people that's watching from afar, chances are we'll never in life cross paths.